Oh, yeah. We're back. Alright, so. What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Moo Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Wow. I'm still in charge. Okay. Okay. Calm down on the alien nonsense about you don't like aliens. I know.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Fall out. Goodbye, go. That's it. You're out.
We're done here. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the council?
Shoot. Yeah, I guess so.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
You like me, right? Oh, man. Alright, well. So, we have the opportunity to go...
Yes, Commander?
Anything new? No.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Presley. Anything from Joker? I feel like I won't get anything out of Joker. Oh, there's a head. What was I supposed to look at? Ah. Codex.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporation. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect.
Commander.
How's the Normandy performing?
She's the best ship in the fleet. It balances in. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I just wanted to hear what you had to say, Joker. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Why is it loading all the time? I guess it has to load all these textures. Let's talk to Caden. Where's Lecta when you need her, am I right?
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Let's hear it, Lieutenant. I'm always open to my officers.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Commander.
This a personal observation, Caden?
I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, especially if you're if I have misread your interest.
All right, Blanco. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean. She's a very interesting lady. To my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien.
Culture. Are you jealous?
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Let me get this MIRC bot up. Alright, it's up. Marsha, you should be able to do it now. Any commands you want to do.
Look, you didn't want to talk about Liara, did you? What's your real issue?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
You're talking about a particular example, aren't you?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
This is the part where I fix you?
So why are you telling me this? Are you saying I'm cutting corners somewhere?
I'm saying it's probably inevitable that we'll have to. And when that happens, I want to help. When someone important to you is up on a ledge, you help them. Keep them from mistakes better made by a kid.
Important, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
Whoa! Oh man, Marsha, I feel like Heroes of Fitness right now. Ugh. Shoot. I mean, Caden seems nice. I don't have anything against Caden. I don't know what I'm interested but not now means. I don't know if I'll get another. I think that means I'll get another opportunity later down the line. You're out of the line is just like friend zone. You're not means I'm interested in a relationship. It means what it means, says Marsha. Ah. I'm bad at making decisions about this. Especially when there's like so many different people on board. I mean, Caden seems nice. I feel like if you'd friendzone Caden, it's just one more thing he whines about. Kappa.
Now isn't the ideal time. But I want to talk about this, Kate.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Whew. Oh.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thought?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezia anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Whoa, he's human? Not interested. Matoid. Whew. About 250. Oh gosh, lights flickered. I want to talk about this later. In my quarters. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure Tassoni's, Dr. Tassoni's hurting though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
I liked getting involved. Looking for personal input.
We'll talk
Goodbye.
later,
I'd like that.
I'm sure you would, Caden. See, he doesn't really seem like a whining kind of guy. Alright. Let's go check out Medical and Liara, see how they're doing.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I don't really get much talk with her.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's
power. Krogan seemed like the type that would eat their mates afterwards. She was, but she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be before she was corrupted by Sovereigns. She's still with you.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end.
I should go.
Bye, Shepard.
That's all she has to
I
say?
get the feeling.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Wait, I have the feeling what?
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially... I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Yeah, we're short-lived.
Has your opinion changed at all?
It has. I have been watching you and your crew. It has taught me a lot about your species. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an
Intimidating one. Intimidating?
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable
strength.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feel. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Delenk.
Well, this is awkward. About your fitty. When I played this, my romance was was with my assault rifle. No time for guns, Kappa. But you're a girl. I can't date another girl. Like, I still want to know other people. I don't know.
My relationships are none of your business.
I apologize, Commander. I did not mean to pry. I thought there was a mutual attraction between us. Obviously, I do not know as much about human relationships as I thought.
Gosh dog it!
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too.
I don't know if that
Does
means
this not
instant
seem rather
relationship.
strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time.
Oh
We are
gosh,
from
what
two
have I
different
done?
Species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Oh, I just dug myself into a hole, didn't I? I think you locked into Liara's relationship. Isn't there like a save? I don't know. I kind of want to know people before I lock into a relationship. Is that too hard to ask? Is that too hard to ask?
Saren wants both of us dead.
That is not the most romantic reason, is it? You make it all sound so dangerous.
Oh, can I forget about it? Don't worry.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
You started it.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Oh, butt buckets, the little ones need mommy time. All right, sounds good. Everyone's like, Liara's my fave. I don't know, I kind of wanted to talk to the other people before I committed. I might reload you guys. Oh. Is that okay? Is that okay with you guys? Play it. Don't worry about it. I guess I have to talk to Kaden now. I don't care if she's alien.
Commander? Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Kaden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on Family Mail.
Cause I kind of like Kaden. I don't know. Liara would probably be my second choice.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet.
You ask me, boys need a cold shower that lasts from age 12 to 25.
They have their uses, ma'am. Not all of them keep their brains in their pants. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the... She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, let me handle it, I need to do this alone. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils govern.
Bored now. What's this crap?
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he...
So one of the options was like, that's Hennessy, right? Never like go in with that. If they start reciting, just say, oh, you do poetry? Don't assume who the author is, unless you know for certain. That's what I think.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching.
Aww.
You mean from wherever we go after Dad?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now.
Oh, Christian.
That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
I do too.
You know that old saw, there's never an atheist in a foxhole? Well, I've been in a lot of foxholes.
Yeah, I guess you have. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something?
Right.
I should get back to my duties. Didn't
Hey,
mean to take
Collision.
up so much of your time.
Sweet. Home just in time for Ashley discovering her freshman year of college. Dude, I didn't know Ashley was Christian. How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours. You know, you really should talk to Tisoni about her mom. She has to be hurting. Just saying, Skipper.
Well, yes, Jetlag, I assume because she believes in God, she's Christian. It could be a different religion. I don't know. But she believes in God.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Space God. Says rhetorical.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen
Well,
much
not
of...
as much as you, but Yeah, I've seen some interesting...
I bet you have.
That case was a bit disturbing.
Oh, I thought this was something he already said.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on... But during the course of my investigation, I noticed we usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure.
So what was it?
Both, actually.
So how did you figure out?
After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, so I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development. But there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan...
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicle?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the gene. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's
I'm sorry if I'm
4,000
skipping any of
for a
this.
set.
I'm kind of doing half and half.
Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation.
My
to see
bad.
if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I'm gonna be there when you find it.
Cool. I'm sorry. I skipped through like half of that conversation. I apologize. Voucher 50 said, one of these days they'll make an RPG game where if you start skipping conversations, the NPC just blurts out, would you stop and listen to me for once? Sheesh. I know, right?
Commander, good to see you.
I apologize for skipping that conversation.
What do you want, Shepard?
Nothing.
Suit yourself. What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Gotta go. Night Dragon Swiper. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate it.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things... We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk.
Eyelid twitching again?
The hollows, near the graves of our ancestors.
Hope another migraine isn't coming.
Skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from.
Sorry, 350.
Where we all... It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day.
What?
We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
Duh.
I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Go on.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
Who has it?
Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
He's got several base where he started getting all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Cool. Talk to Holly.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again. so to speak.
Yeah, I can't really see her.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is.
Good.
I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Starin's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the throne.
Tilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave.
She's not a robot.
My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
She is, she wears that helmet, because her nervous system or what have you, can't support, air, so she's too dependent on where she used to live. Immune system. Yeah, that's what 350 said. For the lives of 17 million people, and our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child. I'm responsible for trillions! What about me?
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Yeah, it seemed like a renegade option. Officially. Yeah, some of the renegade options are just like blunt. Very blunt.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me
to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going... There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
You'd be surprised, Metoid. Just because she has a suit on doesn't mean she can't share herself with someone else. There are ways in space, my friend. Spaceways. She can take off her suit for a certain amount of time, I think. And also, I think she could probably go to another location that's like a sterile environment would probably be better for her. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back?
I don't have time for this.
Something that would help us better understand the Geth.
You've heard of double flippy
They've
decks,
changed
right?
significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders, and all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independent. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problem.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to
earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to me. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with
the grief. Collision. I haven't heard, are you thinking of playing all 3? I think I might take a break from doing Retro Saturday, and since it's still kind of an old game, I might still call it Retro Saturday, but it's kind of not in the realms of 10 years old. But I think it might be interesting to follow this out. Yeah, so maybe. What do you guys think? You guys want me to play all 3?
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect.
Aw.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
We can't talk
Something
to
I
Adams
can
about
do for you,
anything, right?
Commander.
Yeah.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
So we got, yes, all 3, says Retorcal Meow. Battery 50 says, do it, franchise streams, yes. Forgot how great this game was. Right, Patches? So I think we should talk back to, just one moment. Mass Effect, Retro Saturday Mass Effect Trilogy Special. Or, Retro Saturday Special Edition Mass Effect Trilogy. I think I might talk to Kaden and see what's up. Because I just talked to Liara. That was awkward. Oh.
Anything you need, Commander?
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I need a save.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal.
What's your opinion on the last?
Killing Sarah. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting though. Poor kid.
We'll talk later,
I
Caden.
can't talk to him. All right. Although now that I think about it, if I should play this at some point. I've got at least the first two. Oh. Oh, funny jet lag. I talked to Caden, he didn't want to talk.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Oh.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Caden needs some time to decompress after all that sweet talk. Alright. Maybe we'll go on a different mission or something. And then we'll talk. That may be critical to your mission against Saren.
What kind of information?
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
I want to say why wasn't I told?
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communication. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Verma.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including... Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Good. Glad she kept me advised of things. Advised. That's right, that was the only thing on the PAX. We went to Strannis, right? I want to say we did. That's so cool looking.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
I've heard that before.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Thank. Okay, there's just some stuff in the background. What do I have to do? You should have known. Was anyone hurt?
How many casualties so far?
17 Marines were killed in the simulation exercises. Before we realized what had happened, that's when we contacted you. VI support is critical to our military success. They process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. But as advanced as this thing is at military strategy, it's still just a VI. It's not self-aware, and it's completely disengaged from any networks. That's where you come in. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
The training ground.
Don't worry, Admiral. I'll take that thing out.
I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Sounds like a good place to get some weapons. An ancient deep space probe slowly orbiting the planet. Tally brought it aboard, dismantled it, found a League of One medallion hidden in its payload. Oof. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of helium-3. Nice. Sick. Lifeless rock with a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Krypton? Krypton. Let's see here. So is there nothing here? Absolutely nothing here. All right. All right, well, when we return, more Mass Effect. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go and check out that VI, and go from there. So, see you guys in a little bit. Thanks all for sticking around as well, and yeah, see you in a little bit.